students, we've been studying about different elements of grammar and writing skills for long. However, today's video happens to be the most important one as it talks about a very essential part of grammar and sentence. Today's video is about an element without which we cannot complete our sentence. Right, you've guessed it correctly. We are talking about verbs. We will study the dynamics of verbs and their appropriate usage and also the common mistakes which are generally made. There are many types and subtypes of verbs, but in this video, we're only going to talk about finite and non-finite verbs. So let us begin. Finite verb. The word finite itself means something which is limited. This meaning is applicable when it comes to grammar and its usage. A finite verb is limited in terms of its tense. It has a definite tense which can be changed as per the need of the sentence. Often, a finite verb is the main verb in the sentence which shows the action done by the subject. Finite verbs can be a part of the main or independent or principal or verb phrase that can stand alone in a sentence and still make sense. To understand its basic concept, let us study the example below. Example: Rahul plays cricket. The above example is in simple present tense and it can be changed into other tenses if needed as below. Rahul played cricket, simple past. Rahul will play cricket, simple future. Rahul is or was playing cricket, present or past continuous. Rahul has or had played cricket, present or past perfect. As seen in the above examples, the word play is conjugated in its other forms as per the tenses. This characteristic of the verb being in a particular tense and being conjugated is what makes it a finite verb. Points to remember while using finite verbs in sentences accurately. The most important point about finite verbs while using them is that they always follow the subject of the sentence. We have to make sure that the verb agrees with the subject. The use of a finite verb can allow the clause to stand by itself as an independent clause. The finite verb should be accurately conjugated to suit the context of tense. Non-finite verbs. Unlike finite verbs, non-finite verbs are not the main verb in the sentence. They do not show the tense or number of the verb. Being multifunctional, they can either be gerunds or participles or become an infinitive by taking the to form before the base verb. In short, the family tree of a verb can be shown in brief as below. Verb, finite, non-finite. Non-finite, gerund, infinitive, participle. Now let us study these types in depth. Gerund. A gerund is that form of the verb which ends in ing and works as a noun. For example, I am swimming. Swimming is my hobby. The word swimming in the sentence 1 is a pure finite in simple present tense, showing the action of the subject I. Whereas in sentence 2, is the main verb and the word swimming is working as the subject. Here it is not showing the action of swimming itself in process, but is working as a name of the activity, here a sport. The ing form has been added to the root form of the verb swim, which has turned it to a noun from a verb. Thus, a verb acting like a noun is called gerund. Use of the gerund. Subject of a verb as hunting birds is not allowed in this country. Object of a transitive verb as stop playing. I like reading poetry. Object of a preposition as I am tired of waiting. He was punished for telling a lie. Complement of a verb as what I most detest is smoking. Participle. A participle is the word derived from the verb which takes the nature both of a verb and an adjective. In short, a participle is partly an adjective and partly a verb in a particular tense. For example, hearing the noise the boy woke up. The word hearing qualifies the noun boy as an adjective does. It is formed from the verb hear. This form is the present participle. Past participle. Few more examples of past participles. We met a girl carrying a basket of flowers. Loudly knocking at the gate, he asked to be let in. Thinking all was safe, the child tried to cross the road. Infinitive. The infinitive is the base form of a verb, often preceded by to. For example, to go, to listen, to hide, to see. Use of the infinitive. As the subject of a verb, as, to find fault is easy. As the object of a transitive verb, as, he likes to play cards. As the complement of a verb, as, her greatest pleasure is to sing. As the object of a preposition, as, he had no choice but to obey. What did we learn? Verbs have two main types, that is finite and non-finite. Finite verbs show action and number of the subject. Finite verbs are bound by a particular tense. Non-finite verbs can be gerunds, participles or infinitives. Exercise. Identify the verbs as gerunds, participles or infinitives. He was found fighting on the road. He has ruined his sight by reading small print. I was trying to hide from the robbers. The miser hated spending money. Jumping over the fence, the thief escaped. He wanted to watch the movie with his friends. The clown was seen standing on his head.